What's up, everybody? This Sunday's WrestleMania 28. Finally, after a year of build-up, Rock and John Cena, their feud finally ending. Well, for now, anyway. So, if anybody remembers last year, they announced it a year in advance. How would that work out? Well, whether you liked it or not, the year is over, and it's finally, coming to a head this Sunday. Now, this card only has 8 matches. I don't know if last year had a little more, but last year's was definitely weaker by comparison. This one is very strong. With the only 8 matches, no guest host, hopefully they give each match some time to really flesh out and really be spectacular. So each match has potential to be great. Hopefully, they're probably going to have some promos in between matches, for the comic relief, whatever, and the Hall of Fame, and ceremony. So I'm sure Edge is going to get a nice pop in. So I'm just going to run down and see what might happen. Now, the first match off the top of my head is Randy Orton versus Kane. Kane came back, on the Slammies last October, feud with John Cena. Now he's feuding with Randy Orton, 2 of the top baby faces. I think he's probably going to lose this one. This feud kind of, felt shoehorned in a little bit. They did a good job with, branching the feud from last year with the match they had and, the handshake, whatnot. But I don't see Kane losing. Randy Orton, I expect to get back into the World Heavyweight Championship mix sometime down the road soon. So it would only make sense for him to win. I don't think he's going to lose, at a WrestleMania. He won the last 2, so I think he's going to continue that streak. I don't think there's any way Kane's going to beat him, unless it's like a little swerve. So there you go. Randy Orton, probably a quick RKO, maybe 2, couple, maybe a, punt to the head. So who knows? So I expect Randy Orton to win that match. It's hard to predict what match is gonna open WrestleMania. Maybe one of the championship matches. Maybe there's been rumors CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. So this could be it too. The Randy Orton versus Kane match. So who knows? So next match is Cody Rhodes versus Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship. Cody Rhodes has been getting the upper hand on Big Show for every week, pretty much. Showing the clips from his past WrestleMania blunders, just beating him down. So it would only make sense, and by going that logic, that Big Show would win the match this Sunday and have his WrestleMania moment. Because you don't know how long Big Show has left in the tank. He's been in this industry for a while, since WCW days. So he's definitely a Hall of Famer, and you never know when it's going to be his last match. Everybody talks about end of an era with Undertaker and Triple H, but Big Show's been around almost as long as those two and anybody else since the Attitude Era. So, and he's been going strong. He's not having like the storied career of it, but he's been he's had a solid one. So he becomes a Grand Slam champion if he wins the IC Championship, and that frees up Cody Rhodes to go for World Heavyweight Championship feud potentially. So Big Show I expect to win and become the new Intercontinental Champion. Now next up, Team Johnny versus Team Teddy. The roster is set. Miz was the late addition. Christian got injured by CM Punk. His high ankle sprain is not ready yet, so that's probably why they put him off. Replaced by Drew McIntyre, which is also good because Drew, he's been the forgotten one basically. And against Team Teddy's, which is Booker T, Khali, Kofi, R-Truth, and missing somebody. Well, anyway. So anyway, I expect Team Johnny to win because Miz was the late addition, and he can get redemption and have their shine because of him, and get Team Johnny to get Johnny to control both shows, thus giving him probably a WWE Championship match. So if not, the only one I could see is Miz maybe turning on Team Johnny and giving Team Teddy the win, but I don't think that would happen. Or unless there's a swerve and Zack Ryder wins it for Team Teddy and has the shining glory of WrestleMania moment. So who knows? But I do expect Team Johnny to win because it's always more interesting when a heel controls general manager on SmackDown or Raw. So there we go. Now next up, let's see, the Divas match: Maria Menounos, Kelly versus Beth Phoenix and Eve. Now, Maria Menounos was injured on Dancing with the Stars rehearsal. She cracked her ribs, so we don't know I think she said she was gonna wrestle, but I'm just gonna go for the if she is gonna wrestle. I expect her and Calico to win. Nothing fancy, because they always give the celebrity the win at WrestleMania, so I don't expect them to lose. The only way if she's out of the match and Karma comes in or Natalie replaces her, but I don't think so. I expect the K2 and M2 to win, so nothing there in that match. Now we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan with the amazing AJ Lee at his side. Now, Sheamus is the wrestler, was the Royal Rumble winner. I don't think there's been a Royal Rumble winner who's won the championship in the last couple of years because Alberto Del Rio lost last year, and Edge lost to Chris Jericho the year before, and I forgot who won the year. No, and Randy Orton lost to Triple H the year before that. So, Royal Rumble winners have been becoming, obsolete, and the Royal Rumble itself is becoming pretty much irrelevant now when it gets to WrestleMania. So I expect Sheamus to win, not only on the fact alone, but, WrestleMania needs to have championship changes, because I think that's, like, what people look forward to, and that's, like, the best highlight. You won the championship at WrestleMania, and it's not, bigger in your career. So I expect Sheamus to win, get his glory. It's probably going to be a good match. Both are great wrestlers. Daniel Bryan could work with anybody. AJ's probably going to get in the mix somehow. If given this time, this could be one of the good matches on the card. These two were the dark match of last year's WrestleMania, so it's good to see where they are now 1 year later. If Sheamus wins, he goes on, gets his rematch. DVD gets his rematch with Sheamus in the next month, and probably Randy Orton will get in the mix. Cody Rhodes, who knows? But I expect Sheamus to win and become the new World Heavyweight Championship, World Heavyweight Champion. Now, next up, the end of an era match: Hell in a Cell, Undertaker versus Triple H. Shawn Michaels guest referee. This one's probably going to be not a classic. It's just going to be a fight, knockdown, drag-out fight. Blood, probably not, but they're going to probably make it as brutal as you can, without blood. The false finishes going on. I expect this to go on at least like 25, 30 minutes. Maybe maybe Shawn Michaels, super kicks Undertaker, he's telling Triple H to, cover him, to pin him, and then Triple H says no, and then Shawn Michaels, gets fed up with him and super kicks him too. Probably the match will end like 5 minutes later. They'll go back and forth, and then Undertaker will, eventually win. I expect Undertaker to win, go 20-0. I don't think this might be his last WrestleMania match, even though people kept saying it is. Probably not. He might have one more in him, depending on how he feels after. I would say, I can't really say how he's feeling now. And like the new shaved head, he hasn't taken that hood off since he come back for like a month now, 2 months. So it's good to see where where he's going to be the badass shortness level, or just like a bob haircut. So we'll see. But I expect Undertaker to win. If Triple H wins, it'll be the swerve of the century, and nobody will see it coming. Well, maybe a few people see it coming, but I don't know how the fans will react. Will be shocked or just booed, or because Triple H has as much baggage as it is in the back. Marrying Stephanie, being his ego. So if he wins and he was the guy to end it, I think all the Triple H haters will have more fuel to their fire. So I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I expect Undertaker to win. But I won't be shocked, because nothing really shocks me anymore if Triple H wins and is the one to end it after third time's the charm. So there you go. But Undertaker I expect to win. Now the WWE Championship match: Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. This was rumored to open the show, so we'll see where this lands on the card. Anything after Hell in a Cell, it was going to be a lot to live up to, so they're probably going to put like the Divas match after Hell in a Cell. But Chris Jericho and CM Punk, this probably will be the best match of the night, probably of the year, if they have time, and if both of them are on point and they tell a story. Because CM Punk's been rattled by Chris Jericho these past couple weeks, with the mother and the father and the sister and the drinking problems and the straight edge and his skeleton in his closet. So right now CM Punk's looking to rip Chris Jericho's head off. So it's going to be a great match. I expect CM Punk to win, just go ballistic. Because if he holds on to the championship, it gives him more credibility to his reign. Even though Chris Jericho would have lost 3 pay-per-views in a row, but at this stage, I don't think it really matters to him. Chris Jericho does have his win at WrestleMania, so have CM Punk win, hold on to the championship, get his revenge. Maybe Chris Jericho gets a rematch next month. If Christian comes back healthy in a few months, there's already a built-in storyline between CM Punk and Christian because, CM Punk took him out before WrestleMania, so they can play on that. And whoever. But I expect CM Punk to win and stay champion, and probably stay champion for at least a few more months, probably beating Miz's reign from November to May. So I expect CM Punk to at least go until SummerSlam, maybe June, so Money in the Bank, who knows. So I expect CM Punk to win it and retain the WWE Championship, because, like I said, one of the 2 championships needs to change hands, and I would expect more so the World Heavyweight Champion than the WWE Championship. So there you go. And now finally, Rock versus John Cena. After a year of build-up, after all the hoopla, the talk, the back and forth, it's finally upon us. So it's gonna be the last match, of course, the main event, the main event. I don't expect this to be a 5-star match. People get on John Cena for his 5 moves of doom. Rock didn't have an expansive moveset either, but what he did have was he made it fun and more entertaining, and he had more flair than John Cena. One spot I wish Rock would do this Sunday is when he beats him up. They're going back and forth. He takes him to the outside, takes him to the announce table, kicks him, puts him down for a little bit, and takes a headset and starts commentating while he's still beating up John Cena. I love that when he did that with Lance Storm and a few other people. It's a great spot. It's a funny spot. So hopefully he does that for nostalgia. I expect, like I said, not a 5-star match, but an entertaining match. The crowd's gonna be hot. Let's see how much energy they have at the end of the 4-hour show, though. But who's gonna win? I don't know. It's really a toss-up. It's really 50-50. But I'm gonna go with The Rock because I'm a Rock fan. I'm an Attitude Era fan. Before when he was Rocky Maivia, with the blue tassels and the high top hair, and when he used the shoulder breaker as his finishing move, it's the blue chipper. So hopefully, if Rock wins, I don't think it does anything to John Cena other than give him a storyline. He couldn't do it. He couldn't beat the biggest wrestler of them all. Well, if you never face Stone Cold, I don't think either. But anyway, and Hulk Hogan. But still, anyway, you get the point. And then that could give him a little fuel for becoming better and more aggressive. If they don't want to turn him heel, that's fine. But that gives him a storyline. If John Cena wins, he can just gloat on about how he's the best now. Like he's always said, John Cena beats The Rock in his hometown. Nobody can beat him, blah, blah, blah. He's Superman and whatever. So I think it's more interesting if Rock wins and better for the fans. If they want to send the fans home happy, 80% are going to be Rock fans. 20% are going to be Cena fans. Maybe a little more. Maybe even a little less. You never know. But I don't think it's going to be 50-50. So I think for the sake of sending the fans home happy, Rock should win, and then that'll be the end of it. And then, John Cena can go on from there, and if they want to do a rematch at next year's WrestleMania, don't let that be another year waiting. Let them announce it at Royal Rumble or something, and just have something else. Maybe CM Punk versus Stone Cold. So, who knows? But that's what I think. Rock hopefully wins. Hopefully this will be a good show. It's shaping out to be a better show than last year. So, hopefully it lives it up, and hopefully this is like the best WrestleMania in the past couple years, because it really needs one. So, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until my next video, catch you guys later.